Hi guys, I'm Jazz, this is Endless Road, and in this video we're going to be covering how we put windows into our Renault Trafic panel van so it then becomes a camper van. Let's get to it. So the first thing to do when you want to fit windows into the van is obviously cut the panel out. Now there's a million videos on YouTube on how to do that, so I'm just going to give you a super compressed version right now. On the inside you can basically see where you got to cut out. They're nice enough to do that for you. So first thing to do is normally drill holes as tight to these edges as possible through this way, so then from the outside you can see where the corners are, and then you can just line your last hole up there and there and there and over there with pen, and then you can cut it out with reciprocating saw or cut off wheel. I have done it with a jigsaw in the past, but if it snags on the metal then it can yank the metal out, and yeah, you're in trouble then. What I like to do once you cut all the metal, is to get a belt sander and neaten it all up, so then you can see then this all pretty level, all the two skins are pretty level with each other all the way around. I've seen some in the past where people have done, and well, hacked is the word. Now a key moment, a key step that many people miss when fitting windows into vans is that they don't cut out the sealer that's in between the two skins here. Well, the reason why you should do that is obviously this one's been done. So before that sealer is cut out, the two skins are probably that far apart. Now that makes getting the finishing trim on quite difficult, and it's not the same thickness all the way around. It's thicker in certain places. So what you should do is get a blade and then keep the blade close to this side of the panel and do a cut, and then keep the blade close to this side of the panel and cut again, and that should cut the sealer out. Do that all the way around, and then pick up all the sealer. Plus it helps to get any burrs that have gone inside from when cutting the steel. Takes them off as well. So once you've done all that, cut out all the sealer, then you can put in fresh sealer and then clamp the panels all the way around and let it set. So there you can see all the windows all the way around have been cut out, and then we've neatened up the edges with a belt sander. There's the inside shot, and the other side. You can see by there on the edges, you can see some of the burrs hanging over, and there's the back doors and the side door. On the panels on the sides, they do have strengtheners running vertically, which you need to cut through with a cut off tool. But then some of them are also spot welded on, which you can see there on the side door, the remains of the spot welds. So you need to release them and then grind them flat as well, just to make it neater. So there we are, putting the sealer in all the way around, and there we are clamping it and taping it so that the two panels are touching each other. And same on the back doors. Now once you've done that, next step is obviously, because you've cut the steel, then you've got an edge there with no paint on it. So to prevent any corrosion from occurring, you need to recoat it with something. So what we've done here is just put a little bit, and I've just masked it off and sprayed it on, but you can brush it on. Put a bit of zinc primer on there. You can use epoxy, you can use paint. As long as this is covered, it should do the job of just protecting the edge of the steel there from any rust happening, because you don't want that happening. There I've just masked it up with some scrap masking paper just to put some zinc primer around. And then once your primer is dried, once your sealer is dried, it's all ready to have the glass installed. Before you can put the sealer around the edge that the glass will bond to, you gotta put a primer underneath first. So you brush that all around the edge where you're gonna put the sealer. So you can see there now, it's got the black primer on, and then you can lay a thick bead of sealer around. The sealer cartridges normally come with the right ends to them to put on the thick enough bead, and then get some suction cups so you can carry it, and then pop it on and line it up and tape it on so it doesn't move while it's setting. So why am I fitting windows into this van? Well, I don't want it to be a stealth camper. It's going to be visually a camper van. You can see I've gone for 4 windows, and that's for a few reasons. Overall, to keep it aesthetically symmetrical, and then individually I chose the driver's side glass to have a sliding opening, and that's because underneath I aim to have a unit that you can cook at, and I think by law in the UK you need an opening for that purpose. The passenger side glass is just to look out of while you're sat inside in the seating area, and then last of all, the rear door glass are to see the view while you're in bed. I chose them all to have a dark tint just because I think they do look a bit better, and for a bit extra privacy. Right, so the glass is now installed on the van. So the main thing to consider is getting a nice even gap all the way around. There are exceptions. It doesn't fit quite as well as what I would hope. It is a bit tight on this side, but you gotta take into consideration lining it up with the edge of the door there. It is actually hanging over a little bit, even though it's tight up on the left hand side, but the gap in between the glass and the next panel is acceptable, and then even gap at the top and the bottom, and then hold it in place with the tape and make sure you press it all the way around firmly so it squidges all the sealer down. Same process on the back windows here, but one extra thing to consider is trying to get the glass in. If you've got the doors level, then obviously you've got to get the glass level there, and an even gap all the way around. And then the last one then, just got the sliding window in it. And the only thing to do on this one is not let it hang over the factory seam sealer on the panel there. So yeah, should be able to take the tape off tomorrow and it'll all be set. So that's the fitting of the windows on the van. Thanks for watching. Click on subscribe to follow on with the progress of the van and any other builds we got going on as well. I'm Jazz, this is Endless Road. See you in the next one.